think at the grassroots level, this program means everything. It's a start within our country for a province to have a sitting volleyball program, hopefully eventually a team that will compete together over time. But for us, right now at a national level, we want people to be playing our sport. So it's an introductory level for athletes to be able to play, to compete, and to learn more about the sport.
I think from a resource perspective, there haven't been a lot of resources for sitting volleyball, so that's something that we're really trying to grow. So I think it's really unique and really cool that the OVA has put on our first ever provincial team sitting volleyball program. So yeah, I think just by having this program and by running this, it provides us and athletes with opportunities to kind of ID new athletes, ID athletes that have been playing sitting for a little bit that maybe we didn't know about, and just providing them the opportunity to play sitting volleyball so that we can maybe ID them to come out to our national training camps if suitable.
For the national team level, I think a provincial team program offers an opportunity to play at a higher level with coaches that can teach them the basic skills of our sport. They can play a little bit of gameplay, and I think it only increases the level within our country. It allows our athletes who are on the national team to also participate, to be able to mentor some of the athletes as well, and by having more of these, and hopefully more provinces will have provincial teams as well, it will increase the level over time within our country.
I think it's a really important thing. I know for me, I started at the national team level, which was the grassroots program at the time, 17 years ago. And so to have a program like this for kids to be able to play on a level playing field is really important to grow the sport of volleyball, but to have the adapted version for people of all abilities is really important.
With a new program like this, there's so many more chances for a new athlete to develop in sitting volleyball. They can play at this level and learn the sport before then moving on to a national team if that's something they're interested in.
This is huge. Like I say, we really need to bridge the gap between grassroots and national team program right now. Right now, athletes are just introduced at the national team level, which is really intimidating, I think, for beginner athletes. So having a provincial program or anything local before going to a national team camp is really important to grow the sport in Canada.
The development pathway in sitting volleyball, I would say, is still very new. From my start with Volleyball Canada, there really wasn't much. Now we are seeing a development pathway start. We do have a development coach within our program, Leah, so that is great to see, but also within the provinces now. We are connecting with the provinces. There are grassroots programs being started, and Volleyball Canada is also starting some coach education, some education on how to teach the attack, how to do all the skills. So it's great to see, and we hope that over time the development within Canada will only increase.
It's been great. Obviously there's a huge variety of skill level, anywhere from first time playing to national team level, but there's so many coaches around to help out and to have a lot of one-on-one coaching and feedback, so that's really helpful for everyone at every level.
I think a program like this will do so much for the sport and the level of athletes here in Canada. I think both new athletes going into the sport will be more prepared and excited about the sport, but even for our provincial level to have that kind of competition and that existence will be huge.
I think sitting volleyball has grown a lot over the last 4 to 5 years that I've been involved around sitting volleyball. I think most people I talk to now are aware of the sport. There's been more exposure events, more going into high schools trying it, a little bit more mainstream as a para sport, an adaptable sport to try, let's say, in gym class in high school. I think there's been more interest for athletes trying. I think there's been a lot more athletes who have reached out saying, hey, I heard about sitting volleyball and I'd love to try it. So I think the sport is definitely has grown in the last 2-3 years, and I think now it can only trend upwards and hopefully will continue to grow so we can create a proper pathway to the national team.
To get someone to play sitting volleyball who has seen it and hasn't tried it before, just do it. I know a lot of people will walk by and they'll see us play, and it's a very interesting sport, a very fast-paced sport, and they like to watch it, and I always encourage people to just sit down with the ball, and they don't realize how much fun they're missing out on if they're just watching it. So just sit down and do it.
Yeah, if you've seen sitting volleyball anywhere on TV, on CBC this summer when we were at the Paralympics, if you've walked into a gym and seen it, if you're interested, reach out. You can find my contact information online. Ask someone to play with you, sit down, participate, but really we just want to grow the sport. If you have a disability, obviously we're interested with you joining our national team, but anybody can play. It's very accessible, it's fun, and it's an inclusive sport.